Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members of the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. And today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Gripen, of course, guys. So just like we talked yesterday about the F-15, on how likely is the F-15 is going to come or not, you know. Today I wanted to talk about the Gripen with the same idea in mind. And I think the first thing that we need to do is that, the Gripen is kinda necessary. There isn't a lot of options going to the future with Sweden, for now at least. Not in a bad way. There are a lot of options, but I mean in a way that there are only one way forward, basically, right? And let's be honest again. Sweden is one of the nations that is in a dire need of a new top-tier aircraft, right? The Viggen is pretty good, as you're going to see in this match. You can kinda carry games. You can defeat a lot of enemies, but once you face in a 1v1 an F-16, a MiG-29, something like that, things start to be a little bit harder. And it's been a while since I flew this, so you will notice that in my gameplay over here, even though I managed to get a lot of kills in this match overall, I missed so many missiles and shots just because I was too, just remember getting used to the aircraft again, you know. And if for somebody that already played this aircraft a lot, it needs a little bit of I need a little bit of time to get accustomed to the cannon because of no tracer and all sorts of stuff like that. Imagine for a new player that is just getting into this aircraft when he finishes researching the top tier of Sweden. It's going to be not a very easy thing as well, right? So overall it's a okay to good aircraft. I think it's a good aircraft in general, but it's not really worth it because it is a very hard aircraft to fly. So, and it doesn't take you to basically nowhere right now. It takes you nowhere, right? It's double negative, right? But still, on the grinding kind of thing. So you're not just getting into something better, or you're there when you get it, right? It's just kind of like a good aircraft, but it has a learning curve, and it kind of gets destroyed when it gets up-tiered, right? So with that in mind, and of course with not a lot of options, we go with the subject of the Gripen. You know, as you know, it's the evolution basically of some of the design features of the Viggen and some of other new things. So the idea was to have the same level of, you know, maneuverability and power and stuff as other 4th generation aircraft, with the uniqueness that the Swedish designs always, you know, had. So it's an aircraft that has a very good maneuverability. It has a fairly good engine, you know, so energy-wise, I think all Delta Wings will have a little bit of trouble eventually with this, in the sense of continuous turns, right? So if you continue to turn and turn and turn, you will eventually lose all of your energy, because the Delta Wing can actually pull as many Gs or as much as you possibly want until you run out of energy, basically. That's the beauty of the Delta Wing, is that you can always turn as much as you want, basically, almost, right? So there is that, together with modern radars, modern missiles with the RB-99 and all sorts of other stuff like that. So overall it would be an aircraft that is just the evolution of the Viggen, with an idea of a 4th generation aircraft in mind, right? So it wouldn't, on the performance side of things, I think, yes, it would be very, very good. And you know, it would be probably one of the best aircraft in the game, but it doesn't mean that it would break the game, especially if we get Fox 3 missiles to other nations and stuff, it wouldn't be that much of a problem, I don't think. You know, it would be, like I said, one of the best aircraft in the game, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be breaking the game completely, you know. And here we can actually kind of draw our conclusion a little bit. It's needed, as I was saying. It's really, really needed in the tech tree. It would be not that OP in the sense that it could have basically the same type of performance, maybe a little bit more, just like I said with the F-15, but around in the same area of performance as other aircraft in the game already. And it would be a counter to other aircraft that can be added in the future or in the same patch as in the December, like talking about the December patch, right? So at the end of the day, it just makes sense. Together, if you like actually unite this with the idea that it was kind of already leaked that the Gripen is coming kind of around in this area of the year, you know, there's literally no reason why the Gripen is not going to be added. So if the F-15 was, in my opinion, unlikely to come, but I mean, there is always the possibility, but I think it's unlikely. The Gripen, I think, is highly likely. It's really, really, really highly likely to be added because a lot of these factors, right? And as I said in many videos, I don't think the Russians will receive anything. Maybe not even the US on the sense of new aircraft. And I gotta be honest, the Gripen, although it would be a step up from maybe what we have in game, it wouldn't be too big of a step up, which means that it could be added right now to counter the already added aircraft. You know, the F-15, the F-16C, the F-14B, the MiG-29s, and all sorts of other aircraft. It would just be a little bit more effective, of course, with everybody receiving something like the AIM-120, R-77, PL-12, missiles like that. So there you have it. This is my verdict to the Gripen itself. I think, yes, it is going to be added. I would be really, really surprised if it's not, since it's going to be a big patch, and it just makes sense, and plus it's needed at the same time. But anyway, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think the Gripen is likely to come to the next in the next patch or not? Make sure to leave it in the comments. I see you guys on the next one. Subscribe and bye.